Disney World Resort and the 10th anniversary season of Festival Disney. In respect for the next performance, please turn off all cell phones at this time. We also request that you refrain from flash photography during the performance. Thank you. We would now like to take a moment to introduce our distinguished panel of Festival Disney adjudicators. Dr. David Romines, Director of Bands at Marywood University and serving as board member and educational advisor for the U.S.-China Cultural and Educational Foundation. Dr. Johnny Vinson, Director of Bands and Professor of Music Emeritus at Auburn University. And Dr. Kirk Moss, Associate Professor of Music and Chair of the Music Education Department at the Lawrence University Conservatory of Music.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to our Festival Disney stage from Manalapan, New Jersey, under the direction of Jose Mahones, the Manalapan High School Symphonic Band.
Everybody, I think I know where you're from. Manalapan, isn't that like kind of halfway between Philadelphia and New York City? Kind of, right? I teach in Scranton, Pennsylvania, which is not too far away, over to the west a little bit. So I know you guys are in Monmouth County, is that right? Yeah, exactly right. You guys do a lot of things really well. What a percussion section. Awesome, really good time. Yeah, you know, it's one thing to be bold, which you certainly are. It's another thing to be able to keep good time while you do it, and you do. Many, many fine players in the group, okay? If I was going to fault you for one thing, I would say that you're probably at times a little too aggressive, okay? You just push just a little too hard. Who do you study with on the bass trombone? You take lessons from anyone? Who? Oh, okay. Yeah. You certainly make your presence known. Yeah, it's good. I want to talk to you about a couple of things. First of all, your repertoire. Outstanding. Okay? All pieces that are certainly worth spending a lot of time working on trying to perfect. Okay? And so that's a good thing. I want to start with the march for just a minute. And the march is technically has some real challenges in it. Okay? And I want to try to just spend a minute with you guys breaking it apart for just a moment. And I want you to work with me here for just a minute. I want to listen to the chord structures. And I want you to listen to the chord structures at the beginning of the march as well. Okay? So, for example, trumpets, you have a high C. I don't need to hear the high C. I just need to hear a C, a comfortable one. Okay? So everybody that has the first eighth note, just play that downbeat, hold it out, please. And just play it in a comfortable octave. We just want to hear the quality of the chords, okay? Here we go. Mezzo forte or so. 2, ready, play. Okay, is it muted? Okay, let's try it again. Ready? 2, and now. Let's move on to the next one. Ready? The next eighth note, and now. The next one, 3. 4. 5. So then repeat back and forth. And then the last one. Now, keep in that same range. I want you to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right? Mezzo forte. In that style. Ready? Here we go. Keep in the same style. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Do it again, and let's play it as if we were playing the march, but you're not playing the upper register. We'll save your chops for a minute. So go beep bop beep bop beep bop beep bop bop, and make it just as much resonance and just as beautiful sound, just as pretty as you can make it. Let's try it. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. And play within the sound of the ensemble. If you hear yourself out and above everybody else around you, then that's not a good ensemble strategy. Okay? Now, let's do it as written without any grace notes. Okay? Try it again. As written without any grace notes. Now you'll play the high C. Okay? Ready? And 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Yeah, just a little less. Okay? Just a little bit less. Now, when you played this, you were letting the grace notes get in the way of some of the timing on the stuff. We want to press those grace notes as close to the downbeat as we can. So it sounds something like this. Yup, 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 yup. So put them right up against the eighth note, and let's try that much again. Ready? One more time. And 1, 2, with the grace notes as written. 1, 2, ready, now. Yeah, don't get them so spread out that you're going bleed, 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 but yup, 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 yup. And percussion, ready? Everybody, that opening. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, we'll go on this time. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, easy, and. Now, bass clarinets, you can't play that long. It should be boom, 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 boom. Let me hear bass clarinets do that, please. You know where that is? Right when everybody else cuts out and bass clarinets continue to play. Is it bass clarinet? Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Do measure 5 and 6. Bass clarinet and bassoon. Okay, ready? Just do, 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 do. 1, 2, ready, go. Do, 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 do. Still a little too long on the bottom note. Beep, bong, beep, bong. You've got to find ways to propel this piece forward, okay, without being quite so heavy-handed. All right, so what you want to do is lift on some of those notes and not let it broaden. Okay, let's go from the beginning again, and then we're going to go into the other piece for just a minute. But I want you to think about that style all the way through. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. Okay, now you're ending up on the 16th notes on beat 2. Okay, you're going or something. You're ending up on you're through by the time you get to beat 2. So it's build it up, like that. Okay, like build it up, build it up, build it up. You can't go all the way to beat 1. I mean to beat 2. You can't carry across the bar line. It's got to be faster. Did I hear you try that clarinets 3, 4 measures for A? Ready? And 1, 2, ready, go. Now, did you hear how you were hanging over into beat 2? You got to clip that note. Try again. Build it up. There's 4 of them, okay? And just make sure that the last one is clipped short so you're not carrying over. You're going, build it out, and making it on the beat 2. And beat 2 has to be silent, okay? Try again. And 1, 2, ready, go. That's much better. That's much better. Okay, let's look, please, a little bit at Nimrod. A beautiful, beautiful transcription of this Elgar. All right, how do musicians communicate with each other on stage? Does anybody know? You watch a conductor, but what else do you do? How do you come in together? How do you work together? Yes. What? Listen is one of them. What's another one? You breathe together. Okay, you watching any great percussion section, any great string quartet, when they start a piece of music, they breathe together. Okay, there's other ways. They move together. They move together, and they listen. Okay? I thought the beginning of the Nimrod was a little bit tentative. I'd like for you to try to breathe together and come in with a nice, relaxed sound when you start the piece. Okay? Let's try a little bit of it, please. You did a good job with it, and I just want to do a little bit of it with you. Okay? Let's all breathe together. Come in. Ready? Primary melodic material. It's the dee-da-dee-dum, dee-dum. And then I would use those markings. Alfred Reed did a good job of putting the places in where you need to press a little bit. Just think about pressing across the bar line just a little bit more. Now, you need to think of a sound that is completely blended. Okay? We can't have individual sounds making it out in a piece like this, okay? So you've got to work together. You've got to crescendo together. You've got to pull back together. You've got to breathe together. Okay? Let's try it again. Ready? Right from the beginning. Just a moment of it. And now let's try to just make the note appear. Just make it happen without a rough edge on the beginning of it. It's hard to do, but if you'll breathe together and not hold the air in before you breathe out, just make it one natural motion. In, out, like that. Then you'll have a better chance at it. Try it again. Ready? 1, and think of beautiful sounds, and 1. Now press here. Yeah, go ahead. You sound great, clarinets. Now press a little bit. other and listen to each other very closely to make all these things work. Okay? They're making me stop. I would love to work with you for a long, long time because you're very responsive and very talented, and you have a talented director who's taken you to some great places and exposed you to some wonderful literature. Good luck to all of you. Okay? Best wishes. All right.